What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 524 of Community Universe Mode, and we are finally here. We have arrived to Anarchy Rules, the very last pay-per-view of this season for the superstars of Genesis, emanating, of course, live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, for this very, very stacked event. And we are getting things underway with our first matchup of the evening, our first of 8 matches here tonight, as we are going to see the very personal rivalry between Extreme finally reach its peak as they look to tear each other apart in this Falls Count Anywhere confrontation. What's up, everybody, though? Al, Gamer, Soul, the rest. It is the last pay-per-view. The last pay-per-view 2 weeks. Going away weekend. Because, of course, we know Saturday, the 29th of September, will be NGW's departure. And then Sunday, the 30th, will be Retaliation, the Fusion exclusive pay-per-view to end the season. But here he comes, the 7'1", 300-plus pound judo giant. Mills, who has been embroiled in a pretty harsh war of words and physical war as well with Mr. Extreme since Ascendant 6 in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mr. Extreme participated, and Mills was a surprise 8th last-second participant. And Mills says that Mr. Extreme, as did a lot of other people in that match, costed him the Money in the Bank briefcase because Extreme was if anybody was going to stop El Jefe, the briefcase, it would have been Mr. Extreme, and he failed to do so. Even Mr. Extreme said himself that, he let the CM universe down, he let himself down, but Mills has not been happy. It really got pushed even further than that when Mills started bringing up Mr. Extreme's wife on Twitter, man. Just no holds barred for Mills. No subject too sacred for Mills to go after. Mr. Extreme finally had enough. These two fought a couple of weeks ago, man, and what a war they had. An absolute 5-star confrontation. They beat the holy hell out of each other. It was Mills who walked out just barely victorious. Easy the two getting in a confrontation last week backstage, but again, Mills got the better of Mr. Extreme. But tonight here at Anarchy Rules, the man who calls himself Mr. Extreme is going to have every single weapon at his disposal in order to try to take down Mills once. This is Falls Count Anywhere, meaning there are no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way this matchup ends is by pinfall or submission in the ring. This is just the start of the show, guys. So much here tonight at Anarchy Rules, including the matchup next. The future of Genesis going to be decided in that 8-man elimination tag team match. Team Pat LaFave, a.k.a. the hashtag No Confidence Campaign versus Team Cass LaFave. Winner take all. Who will be at the helm of Genesis going into next season? And of course, tonight's main event, the ominous Elimination Chamber match returns. The Devil's Domain will descend upon the ring. 6 superstars go into clash for just the opportunity to walk into next season as the #1 contender for the Alpha World Championship. But right now, here we go. Mills, Mr. Extreme looking to do it once again. But this time, will Mr. Extreme be the one left standing? Not to mention tonight, guys, the only non-Extreme match of the card, surprisingly, is our Alpha World Championship match. And that was because Ted Dickens, the advocate for the #1 contender for the Alpha World Championship, Masao Yoon, chose for it to be a normal match, saying he wants no excuses when Masao Yoon beats the champion Josh Wolf here tonight. Every single other match having some sort of stipulation attached to it. Irish whip now. Mills goes up the ropes. Clothesline, but Mr. Extreme does not top the judo giant, though, who now comes back, wrapping his big meaty claw around Mr. Extreme. Suck of 9. What's up, Tim? Of course, shout out to Tim for this beautiful arena. Again, live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This is really the last opportunity. Of course, there's still 2 more episodes of Genesis before the season ends, so this is the real last opportunity for the Genesis boys to go out with a bang into next season with some serious momentum. And there you saw referee Perry White kind of follow the two to the outside of the ring in case a pinfall or submission was attempted. Tries for a jumping neck breaker, I think is what Mr. Extreme was going for. Instead, the black belt in judo gonna chop down his arch rival. I don't know what Perry White's doing here. Oh, what's up, Hawks? Nasty, nasty, nasty short arm clotheslines here by Mills, reminiscent of course, we're going to see right up next here at Anarchy Rules, a part of Team Castle Fave. Mr. Extreme trying to take, oh my God. I'm not too sure what happened there. Mills kind of like traveling through a wormhole or something. His entire body just like shifted like a wet spaghetti noodle or something. Extreme trying to stay on top of things, but Mills not making it easy for him. Yo, what is up, Z? And there you see Mills going to try to pull out a steel chair. Again, it's anything across the head. The back of Mr. Extreme's head. And Mills not done, trying to go get something else. Apparently couldn't find anything, though. Nothing, at least, that he wanted to utilize. And again, going to go back to those short arm clotheslines instead. What's up, Tiffany? Man, things are not looking good for Mr. Extreme right now. Mr. Extreme, winding uppercut. Gonna clean the clock there of Mills, but again, does not keep him down for very long. And there's the first pinfall attempt of this match. Harry Heenan only counting a 1, however. Mills closing in on Extreme. Extreme was ready for an arm wrench. Seems like these two have found comfort in this little corner of the arena. Elbow drop to lower back, man. That's 300 plus pounds right down onto the base of your spine. I mean, and then that disrespect as Mills just walks over the chest of Mr. Extreme. Not just a disrespectful maneuver, but also a painful one. It's exactly what it did Mr. Extreme earlier this week on Genesis and that backstage brawl. Mills is certainly relishing these short arm clotheslines in this match. Man, remember what happened the last time these two went one-on-one a couple weeks ago on Genesis? I mean, good Lord, I have never seen two men go through the amount of pain that they put each other through. Mills was superplexed from the top rope to the outside of the ring. I mean, Mr. Extreme pedigreed him from the top rope to the goddamn canvas, and don't even get me started on what Mills did to Mr. Extreme. As here again. And a kick to that steel chair. And then again onto the chest. Stomp down on the lower back. And man, Mills is just perhaps one of the most disrespectful men I've ever seen. His short couple of weeks here in CMV. I mean, he was harassing Mr. Extreme so much Extreme and his wife had to block Mills. Mills just would not let up, and he does not care. As I said, no topic is off limits to Mills. Wait, am I really lagging? Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't tell me that. Has it been lagging the entire time, or did it just start? Don't tell me it's been lagging since the very beginning of the pay-per-view. Of course, the one day it decides to lag. The one day it decides to lag is the pay-per-view. Because it hasn't lagged in months. So of course, the pay-per-view is when it's going to decide to start acting up. This is ASMR with dashing. Because I'm trying to contain my anger. Because if this starts to lag, I might hang myself. Mills, I can tell you, is not trying to contain his anger. As we get a big old clothesline followed by a pin. 2, only a 2 count though. Now is stomped down into the back of the head. I don't have the little test stream anymore like I used to because I got the updated Twitch here. So you guys need to let me know if it starts lagging bad. Oh! Mr. Extreme trying to make that comeback here. Pump handle driver. Neck first down on, virtually concrete. Those pads, we know, offer little to no protection to the superstars. And now Extreme slapjack, busting Mills wide open. That voice crack was just for you, Albius. Into the pin. 1, 2. No, Mills is able to kick out. Extreme agree. I thought we'd maybe see an Extreme cutter, but Mr. Extreme trying to change it up a little bit. Mills not too happy about that game plan. Now he's busted open, and look at that, he's pissed off. Just gonna, oh no! Scoop slam with some serious impact behind it. I like how the cameraman is like cowering behind the steel steps here. Doesn't want to get any closer. Neither does referee Perry White, and I don't blame either of them. How's the stream though, guys? I got to figure out how to get that window back on this so I can know myself. Well, I know right now that Mills is trying to finish things off. Card breaker by Mr. Extreme, and then he just sits down. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Deep breath in and out. Mr. Extreme trying to stay focused. Oh, double leg drop to where the sun don't shine. Now Mills brought to his feet. Man, Mr. Extreme's got something in mind. And that something in mind is a second dose of the Extreme agree. I can't really tell from this angle. 1, 2... No! Mills kicks out again. I can't really tell from this angle where the steel chair is, but I keep hearing it. What? What do you mean you were kidding? What were you kidding about? Don't scare me, Tim. Modified single knee backbreaker by the judo giant. Oh, nearly gets the... Oh, there's the steel chair. Is that where it is, Toper? I don't think so. What up, Coach? Welcome, my friend, to the stream. Anarchy Rules, the final pay-per-view of the season for the Superstars of Genesis. And, oh my God, Mills! The back of Mr. Extreme's head. Tracking off that bottom steel. Still at Mills! Just got DDT'd on it! Holy shit! 1, 2! Oh! Oh, Albius is loving the voice cracks tonight. I'm getting lit up right now, man. This match is too exciting. My inner child out. These two guys just using the steel steps like it's a third member of this match here. Mr. Extreme shooting for something big, maybe shooting his last shot. Now he's out of ammo. Oh, gee, what is this? I thought he was going to go for maybe a giant swing, but instead of Boston Crab. Mills now going to escape said submission hold. That was an interesting move by Mills. Tries to close back in, but Mr. Extreme's ready for him. My voice has always lost him. Leg drop, bulldog by Mr. Extreme. Tries to hook that leg, immediately following. 1, 2. CMV doesn't allow me to have a voice anymore. Kick to the back, attempted. Well, I'll tell you this much. These two have, again with this freaking scoop slam. Might as well call this a fight. I mean, it is false count anywhere. These two have been loving this one side of the ring, though. Mills tried for this earlier, and Mr. Extreme countered it. This is exactly how Mills a couple of nights ago knocked out Mr. Extreme backstage. The Psycho Driver, burning hammer, and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, Trace, and Mills again is the one left standing. Just about as brutal as I expected it to be. Mills and Mr. Extreme beat the holy hell out of each other. But yet again, it is the judo giant, though he's certainly brandishing the wounds of war, not leaving without his scars here. But he is leaving as the winner. Eat of lemonade on some of my beauty bake. Most certainly is the action really about to kick up. To Ontario ANARCHY Rules, the very last pay-per-view of the season for the Superstars of Genesis. We just saw Mills and Mr. Extreme clash in a chaotic bout, with Mills once again getting the better of Mr. Extreme. A lot more to get to. Genesis being decided. 8-man elimination tag team match about to hit the ring. It is Team Pat LaFave, aka the hashtag No Confidence Campaign, The Revolt, versus Team Castle. For months on end, Castle LaFave has been hounded by the No Confidence Campaign on Twitter and on Genesis, led mostly by Xander Slate and Reese Ortiz, as well as Kevin Silva, mercilessly hounding Castle LaFave for their perception of her wrongdoings to them and others as the Genesis general manager. But it really kicked up a notch. Initially, she ignored it as just a bunch of superstars complaining because they didn't get their way or they cost themselves opportunity given. But recently, patterned as an agent of the board of directors who apparently agree with some of the points that the No Confidence Campaign have been making, and Pat was sent to assess the job that Castle LaFave has been doing. His assessment was not that of a good one. LaFave has rounded up the last allies she may have, including her son Tim, and has put it all on the line, telling Pat, if my team can beat your team, you get out of here, you shut your mouths and let me do my job. If I lose, my team loses, I will step down and give you the keys to the kingdom. Pat LaFave will be the new Genesis general manager. And a tweet just before this matchup begins coming from Pat LaFave, who says, tonight everything changes. The regime and I will be at the head. My work in this industry will never go underlooked again. 8-man eliminates, all eliminated for 2, either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. And there he is. Tom, we are seeing Pat LaFave in action since last year's Battle Scars pay-per-view event. Patrick, the father, of course, of Tim LaFave, and well documented that he and his son do not have the best of relationships, with some pretty shocking words spoken by Tim a couple of nights ago on Genesis during an interview with Lisa Evans, saying that he wouldn't really mind Pat LaFave becoming the new general manager, even though he loves his mother and certainly does not want to see her go. He says, maybe with my father at the helm, things can really get down to business here on Genesis. A lot of people thinking, Tim said that. Of course, the way he's been acting, because he's on this mission of vengeance. He's already crossed off Bob Luger. He is hounding Xander Slate and Randy Borton, though getting to Randy Borton might now be too difficult for Tim LaFave after Brody Hallett got to him earlier tonight. The Tower of Dominance tried to enter the arena earlier tonight before the show started to skim in. After he heads to Pat LaFave, Xander Slate, of course, the new international champion who beat Brody Hallett and Tim LaFave in that triple threat a couple of nights ago. And Brody took out his anger on a, unknowing Randy Borton in the garage. Speaking of the new CMV international champion, should be making his way out here in a moment. Hopefully Brody Hallett didn't find a way into the arena and get to him here. Dynamic, you little beautiful boy. Well, we know that Pat LaFave is certainly older in his years, very obviously, but just look back to last year's Battle Scars 4 or Ascendance 5, where he fought Tim LaFave, and you'll know that Patrick is, should not be taken lightly. And there they are, the last ever CMV Trios champions. Xander Slate on the left with that new international championship of his. Reese Ortiz on the right. Of course, again, Randy Borton has been out on injury since Ascendance, and now it looks like he might be out even longer, thanks to Halleck. Xander Slate puts the belt wherever he wants to put it, all right? Definitely making off like a bandit in that triple threat a couple of nights ago. Remember, Xander Slate was the last addition to that match by Patrick. Had made the match Tim going one-on-one with Brody Hallett for the championship, and Pat said, no way. The board likes my idea of adding Slate as a third, and of course, Xander became the first man to ever pin Brody Hallett. And his days on Genesis, Hallett far from happy about that. And last but not least, for the hashtag No Confidence campaign, a man whose night, regardless of the results of this matchup, does not end here, to go one-on-one with Mr. Money in the Bank El Jefe later on. The Portuguese god of wrestling, a former world tag team champ, definitely been very vocal in his support of hashtag No Confidence. Has helped out Reese Ortiz and Xander Slate the past couple of months in retaining the trios titles. Has become good friends with the Good Brother. Was a very obvious choice for Pat to make. Well, Castle Fave, her time at the helm of Genesis, has made a lot of friends, but has also made a lot of enemies. Months and months and months she casted hashtag No Confidence aside as a mere annoyance and not taking their serious. And she was scrambling to find allies. She has, of course, Constable Martini at her side, and obviously her son Tim LaFave, who's Bloody Brit, is lending his hand and also recruiting, interestingly enough, this man, the blueprint of CMV, and a man who I'm going to be interested to see if he gets along with Martini after what happened a couple of nights ago. Constable Martini costing Flatters the light heavyweight championship against Rob Cross, but hopefully tonight Flatters stays focused on the goal at hand, because if he can help Cascade the victory, surely there will be many big matches and rewards in his future. Flatters still unpinned and unsubmitted, but he does have an official loss on his record now to Rob Cross. Of course, Rob Cross going to be defending his championship later on tonight in an open challenge. Yeah, well, the very reason that Martini costed Flatters the light heavyweight championship, a ruckus, and Martini hates ruckuses. The No Confidence campaign is the biggest ruckus of them all, and the Constable is looking to up once and for all here tonight. Former international champion Martini really came to Cass Lefebvre when she needed help the most. Cass offering him the role of Constable of Genesis. The party policeman is looking to do his job here tonight at Anarchy Rules. Yeah, where's that ruckus command? Constable Martini ready to get it on. As we now await the arrival of former CMV Alpha World Champion, a man who was willing to put his contractual rematch for the Alpha World Championship on hold in order to help out Tim and his mother here tonight. The Bloody Brit baby of Britain, Cat. I'm sure gonna look to chug some, well, whatever Canadians drink. I don't know, chocolate milk after this. But Britt all down to business tonight. You can still obviously see he's got those injuries pouring over from his Iron Man clash with Josh Wolf at the shows at Ascendant 6. So you got to wonder if that will come into play here. If Bloody Britt's injuries to his shoulder, his ribs, and his wrist might end up costing Team Cass. It's the same questions that are being asked about Wolf later on tonight. We know that Ascendant's in the best of shape, and even since then he's been attacked again by Masao Yume, and hasn't even been in a match since Ascendance. We'll see if Josh Wolf can get the job done later on tonight, but for this match, last but not least, the tipster himself. One of the most decorated superstars in CMV history, but a man who, since his return, really has showed us he is not the same person he once was after all of the injuries and all the betrayals. There's only one thing on his mind, and that thing is payback, vengeance. He already got it against Bob Luger. Next on his list is Xander Slayton. Well, he got the opportunity to get his hands on Slate earlier this week, but Brody Halleck eliminated Tim, and that triple threat match stopped him from continuing his assault on Xander. So tonight, Tim is going to get another crack at putting down the OG dirty heel. Tim Lefebvre, the very obvious choice to captain Cass's team here tonight. Tim Lefebvre here, the internet's busiest music nerd. When's Tim getting that show on the CMV network? Tim LaFave here, best teeth in the game. Tim LaFave certainly got some fists of fury looking to unleash on Xander Slate's face as the future of Genesis will be decided. And look who's starting things off. Pat LaFave against the prospect of Genesis. The blueprint of CMV, Flatters. Kick to the midsection, big old punch up under the gut, and Pat LaFave immediately showing us all the skeptics, all the critics in the CM universe that before this matchup may have said he can't cut it no more. That is a bold-faced lie because Pat is going hard in the. This is elimination. All 4 superstars of one team going eliminated either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. Before this matchup ends, if Team Pat wins, Pat LaFave will become general manager of Genesis heading into next season. If Team Cass wins, Cass LaFave will retain her post and no confidence will be dissolved. As Flatters seemingly really wants to make a tag here. Pat LaFave's not going to allow it though. Instead, an Irish whip to his corner. Looking for a tag himself. Gonna slap hands with the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational winner, Reese Ortiz, the former Trios champion. Drop toe hold, elbow drop to the lower back. And Ortiz with no wasted motion. Up over the shoulder, fireman's carry setup. Ortiz gonna drop Flatters chest first over the top rope. A couple of weeks ago, Xander Slate and Reese Ortiz knocked off the team of Flatters and Martini. Oh, Martini, though, helping out. Maybe trying to make amends with Flatters for what happened a couple of nights ago. Saving Flatters from getting his face caved in there. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Now a tag to Martini. What the hell are these two doing? Oh, apparently they did patch things up because like a couple of pals. Leg drop body splash combo. Yes, please. That was beautiful. Former international champion, the party policeman, not playing around. Coming in hot now, circling Reese Ortiz like stranded prey out in the deep blue sea. Shark smelling that blood. Ortiz, though, giving some time to recuperate now. Nice little cannonball sent on from the second turnbuckle. These teams wasted in no time. Can you just imagine? This is our first match on the main card, dude. Still got 3 championship matches and an elimination chamber to come. Make sure you are strapped in. Damn, that was a nasty tiger suplex right there. Or dragon, I should say. Enough to make that tag to Martini, but Martini not able to get there. Yeah, Martini does not play around. He doesn't play. He doesn't have fun. He's strictly business, and he wants to return Genesis to a scene of serenity. But he might have just got his lights turned out. Reese Ortiz unleashing hell, finishing with that knee to the side of the head. 1, 2, but Martini is able to survive. Kevin Silva coming in to make sure everything is aces, and now a tag. Here comes Patrick once again, and Pat is immediately feeling it, and that is bad news for the Constable. Luckily, the Constable uses those couple of seconds, takes a deep breath to push forward. Irish whip now to the corner. Martini taking his licks there, wants to tag out. Pat LaFave, though, realizing got to stay on top of Martini here. Dreadful German suplex. The tag nearly made to Britt, and you can see Britt is getting frustrated. You know, Chris Sanchez is surely one of the very last friends that Tim LaFave has, and it really, you know, a couple of weeks ago, they were battling out in the main event of Genesis, and Chris Sanchez beat Tim LaFave, but here they are side by side, and now the Brit is the legal man, coming to get him some of Papa LaFave. Chris Andrews, the only man that didn't stab Tim and didn't leave him high and dry, didn't cast him aside, besides Josh Wolf, but of course Josh Wolf has got a plethora of his own problems right now. Beautiful counter by Chris Andrews there. What's up, Box? Welcome back. Oh, damn, Mamma Mia, the cliffhanger by Chris Andrews. And that is usually a prelude to the revenge. If his debt really owed some. Got a lot saved up in the bank. Looking to cash out. What is Chris Andrews doing here, though? Clotheslining Pat to the outside of the ring. Remember, countouts are in effect. You can be eliminated by countout. And we know Chris Andrews loves his countouts. It's a legit way to win. Right now, he lets out a big old roar, letting everybody know he's okay. Rolls to the outside now. Pat LaFave not looking too good, but he bounced. Snapdragon on the outside of the ring will rip in peace Pat's neck. As an old man, his body is already growing more and more frail. Don't need to be slammed like that. Pat LaFave bringing Britt up to his feet. Tries to charge him, but Britt like a goddamn wall of bricks. Just bouncing right off of him. Count of 5. These two got to watch the count. Ooh, right into Martini. Martini's just watching him. He tries to get involved. He might be reprimanded by the referee. Count of 7. Britt into the ring. Is Britt going to try to take that cheeky count-out elimination? Martini's going to make short of it. No, Martini actually throwing Pat into the ring. And that's going to allow Pat to try to get a hot tag here as Britt is taunting, but luckily Britt is on it. Like a monkey on a cupcake. And another cliffhanger. Well, I'll tell you this much. Old Papa LaFave is hurting for certain. He has got to make a tag, lest he be face first, greeted by Chris Andrews' shoulder. Which, yeah, Pat LaFave, I think, is definitely out of his depth right now, going hard against perhaps one of the most gifted superstars in current day CMV. Huge heart, definitely one of the most resilient. It's Chris Andrews. Oh my God, but oh no! Pat was going for the MTA. Martini saw it coming, saving Britt's life, and now that is teamwork. Chris Andrews able to get control over Pat again because of that. Tripping him up and wailing on him with those right hands. And look at this now, just kneeling to the side. Yeah, Britt's not happy. Trying to tap me out, you old fool. Yeah, submission a form of fun, Martini thinks so. He can't go around allowing them to happen. Forearm smash. Chris Andrews throws Pat LaFave overhead. Not to make a tag so bad right now. Andrews making sure that does not happen. No straight jacket by the former longest reigning CMV Alpha World Champion. 4 former. No, 3 hours and 3 in this ring right now. Of course, Xander Slate. Hashtag no confidence. Chris Andrews and Tim LaFave. I mean, the amount of titles shared between all 8 of these superstars is another story. Third time, Chris Andrews has hit Pat LaFave with the cliffhanger. The hat trick has been made by the Bloody Brit. Now he wants a tag. Pat LaFave, though, stay alive here. He's the one that wants to tag as Kevin Silva is arguing with referee Perry White. Pat gonna try to make that tag. Now it's Brit who says, no way, Jose. I got something else in mind. Seatbelt suplex. No eliminations yet, but both men are down. Can Pat make the tag? He's right there, but he's too tired. Reese and Xander Slater holding out their hands, but Pat, I don't even know right now. Maybe it wasn't the greatest decision for Pat to take himself. Meanwhile, get to his feet, and Pat just looks, oh, or maybe Cruz. The Royal Rumble drops down to the outside. Pat gonna follow through. Reese Ortiz gonna help him out as they just start to stomp away on Chris Andrews. Ortiz better be careful, though. He could be disqualified for this. But Britt is in a bad part of town, man. He's got to get back on the ring doubly quick. Reese Ortiz doing the work for Pat here. Crap. Why is this my life? Back to Anarchy Rules ASMR. Of course, the one day it decides to lag as a pay-per-view. Hasn't lagged in months, because that's my life. Let me know if it gets bad again. It's not batteries, it's Anarchy Rules ASMR. Well, Britt's fighting off everybody, throws Pat back into the rack, and right, a hot international champion, a man who has run-ins before with Chris Andrews, and in fact just beat him recently, I think last month. But he is going to get right away. Andrews, man, unmatched in his power. Marching around a little bit before dropping Slate with that vertical suplex. Pop up, you punch it. Xander Slate sees the out of it. Bloody Britt's got him right where he wants him. Snap German suplex. Should I start an ASMR channel? Can make big money off of that. Let's have a ASMR show in CM where I commentate whispering. Man, Chris Andrews just handing these cliffhangers out like fucking kids on Halloween. So much so it's taking it out of him, but he's gonna go for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Still lagging? We all good? Is it okay? Remember to let me know, because I don't have a screen to see myself. Up on a 1 knee, knife edge chop. Nope, Xander Slate rolls out of the way. Massive clothesline. Just about taken off its head, and Xander Slate's not done. Hangman's face buster. Is it lagging? I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Let's try to keep it going. Hello, Gumble, by the way. Didn't know that you were in here. Just a little decomposed. Britt's gotten back. Well, not for very long. Control short-lived. Stomp down to the back of the head. And then a stomp right to the front of the head. Slate. Oh! Clean Slate! Clean Slate! This would be a massive elimination! 1, 2, no! Chris Andrews hanging on for dear life to remain alive. And this 8-man elimination tag, the future of Genesis is at stake. Irish whip to the opposite corner, even though Britt was able to kick out of that. Oh! No way! It has been a long time. The British drive-by. Double boots, plant its head, room to work, back into the ring, hook of the leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count though. Pat LaFay gets taken out by Martini with a DDT and busted open, tag to Flatters. Flatters can get done here against the international champion, Tilt-A-Whirl DDT man. Slate getting hammered like a hamburger right now. Tim LaFave is feeling it. Flatters is feeling it. Team Cass is rolling. The team that scores the first elimination, they are obviously going to have a big advantage pushing forward. We've seen in the past, time and time again here in CMV, that no matter the odds, teams can come back from stiff number differences, but what a sit-out powerbomb. Well, you never know. Xander Slate, man, he might look down, but he is not out, and the blueprint of CMV just learned that firsthand. Hangman's face buster immediately into a hook of the leg. 1, 2, only a 2 count. You see Martini is not looking too good there on the apron. Chris Andrews obviously worse for wear. Pat just now got back onto the apron. And another Tilt-A-Whirl DDT by Flatters. Why do I feel like you've asked like 10 times this is elimination? Shooting star press. Headbutt. That's definitely some unique offense, something you don't see too often. Brought up into a seated position. Flatters stuck on Slate like peanut butter to jelly right here. Ooh, Flatters walking right into a Colossus. Oh, now Flatters is a long way from home. Xander Slate lining up his shot for the clean slate. 1, 2, 3. Flatters has been eliminated before Constable Martini can make the save. No confidence goes up. 4-3. And now Martini immediately taken to the woodshed by Slate. Flatters has been eliminated by the international champion, by Xander Slate, but Martini immediately going to even it back up. The party might be over for Xander Slate now. 1, 2, 3, no! Woo-wee. About as close can get. Martini Staying on top of Slate, though, digging these knees into the chest as Tim LaFave's trying to rally the support of the CMV Universe. Cosmo Martini with his finger to the trigger. Xander Slate to his feet, unaware of what comes next. Off the ropes. Curb stomp. Busting Slate wide open to the pin. 1, 2, but Pat makes the save. Bloody Britt wasn't able to stop him in time, but he is certainly going to make him pay for it. German suplex, not just one either, taking him to Suplex City as Kevin Silva can only watch Martini rotating them hips. Woo! For that massive body splash. Flatters has now officially hit the back. And it is still 4-3. Xander Slate busted open and bleeding badly. Tim LaFave yet to be legal in this matchup. Kevin Silva also, I think both teams kind of like putting a superstar in the reserves, if you will. For moments just like things are not looking good. Martini, where's he going? Martini going. What's he doing? What's this fool doing? Now, what? That was weird. 1, 2, oh, okay. Xander Slate's been eliminated. We are back to even score to 3. But Martini, his success might be short-lived. Xander Slate's been eliminated. That was an interesting elimination. I feel like Martini just worked some kind of voodoo there to pin Xander Slate. He was doing like some sort of ritual, it seemed. That is a huge elimination, though, for Team Cast. And that's a huge elimination for Martini personally to pin the new international champion. Irish whip, though, now into the corner, guys. 3-3. Ortiz not looking to keep it that way for very long. Helluva kick to the Constable. Ortiz, though, dropping right down and out of it. Get to the pin in time. Martini's already recuperating. Boot. This is that Ortiz eating the canvas with that spinning reverse STO cut, though. Man, Martini going a ham right now. Kicks out the knee. Does the 4th annual Cyborg Invitational winner just saw his good brother eliminated. Scoop slam drops down behind us. Ortiz to do a neck breaker. Martini immediately looks for that tag, but Ortiz gonna stop him dead in his tracks before he can get there. Looking to unload that vicious combination of strikes, finishing with the knee to the side of the head. Tim cannot even bear to watch. Will No Confidence go up again before Britt can make it there? Luckily, Martini kicks out on his own because I don't think Britt would have made it in time. Just checking, guys, how we doing? Any lag, any buffering? You all right here? Everybody looking good? Kick to the midsection. There have been 2 eliminations. Platters has been eliminated on Team Cast. Xander Slate eliminated for No Confidence. It is now 3-3. Kevin Silva looking for the hot tag, looking to get into this match for the first time. Pat LaFave is still bleeding. Irish whipper to the corner now, and Ortiz approaches slowly but surely for maybe another Helluva kick. Immediately bringing Martini right up to a vertical base. Tries for a belly-to-belly maybe. Martini saw it coming, though. Counters, and a beautiful counter sets himself free. Martini now shoots his shot for a flapjack. Ortiz starts to stir, looking with that hot tag to Kevin Silva. But now a counter by Ortiz, the boot to the side of the head. Reversal Fest 1999 with so much on the line. Into the midsection by the Constable, the Party Policeman. Another spinning reverse STO, and Ortiz gets busted open. 3 for 4. Martini making everybody bleed. Now he's just got to cut open Silva. Cheeky little jab. Dragon suplex with a bridge. 1, 2. Britt was going to make... Oh, Britt again taking out, man. Britt's got like a personal bench against Pat. And finally, Tim LaFave is made legal. Here he comes. As Reese Ortiz is trying to crawl to the refuge, just gets dragged back by the vengeful one. Deadlift, German suplex. European uppercut. Up over the shoulders. Draped over the top rope. Tim LaFave, methodical pace. We've seen him adopt since returning. I'm put through the meat grinder. Vertical suplex tempted. Ortiz stalls though. Desperation reversal, much needed one. Scoop. Oh, scoop slam turned into a lucky 8. That was pretty cool. Man, Ortiz, he was smart, and I'm pretty sure that he is. He should have been a tag right there. You can see him grabbing at his head. Tim LaFave's going to notice that immediately. And now He's got a target, hook to the jaw, coming up from behind, elbow to the side of the head, elbow to the side of the head again. LeFave gonna stumble to the center of the ring, and Ortiz Irish whips him into the corner looking for that haluva kick, I gotta believe. Tim, though, did his studying, did his homework. Vintage LeFave gonna go out for the second turnbuckle. Pat watching from the apron, watching his son tear it up. Vertical suplex. Is it lagging? Are we bad? Should I stop it? Over the midsection, man. Gotta say, Ortiz holding his own against someone the stature of Tim LeFave. Very impressive, especially with Ortiz in the condition that he is. Haluva kick. Looks like Martini is arguing with the referee here. Maybe the referee is causing a ruckus. Snaps the arm over the shoulder. Tim with an arm drag. Seems like the arm is now a target. Well, Tim is going to... Oh, Tim wanted Ortiz to make that tag. Father versus son again. Tim immediately charging Pat. Gets chopped down as now Pat goes for an enziguri, but Tim catches him with a punch to the top of the head and a shoulder block. Tim, oh, and there's the enziguri that time. Just like at Ascendance 5 where these two fought. They do it again here tonight at Anarchy Rules. Oh, gut wrench, power bomb right there to make the tag. But to his own son, Pat is just stomping away at the calf of Tim, trying to give him an injury to deal with in this matchup. Irish whip to the corner. The old timer approaches, wanting to finally bring in Kevin Silva, but Tim does not allow it. Elbow to the side of the head, and again, assist from Kevin Silva into a teardrop suplex. Great teamwork by both of these teams here tonight, but Tim still has enough, crawling his way, hot tag to the Constable. Pat doesn't seem to be able to keep going, man. He's too tired. Wow, Martini running right into that fucking shoulder check. That was the full momentum of Martini against Pat. Going at Martini's leg now with these elbow drops to the inside of the knee, probably setting up for the MTA, I'm going to take a guess. And like father, like son, as they say, stalling suplex you'll sometimes see from Timmy Boy. The blood of Martini rushing to his head, guys. Tim is down on the outside. Bloody Britt is the only one standing on the apron for Team Castle Fave. Gut wrench suplex by Pat, and now Pat not even allowing Martini to fully get back up to his feet. Locks in the MTA, but Martini with the grace of the gods to get that rope break right there. Referee Perry White calling it, but Pat doesn't stop. Pat is an old timer. And the leg drop by Pat into the pin. Will No Confidence get another elimination? 1, 2. No, Martini kicks out. Ain't no leg drop stall enough to keep down the Constable. Britt, meanwhile, getting a piece of Kevin Silva, who finally starts to try and get involved. Old school cliffhanger there. And now Kevin Silva rolls to the outside. That means No Confidence. Reverse game market against him. Pat LeFave clipped with the rolling reverse STO. Britt making sure that Kevin Silva stays down, man. Reese Ortiz barely alive there on the apron. Martini trying to turn things around against Papa LeFave. Working his best. Off the rope, says what up to Ortiz. Curb stomp. And just like that, Team Cass looks to take the lead. Unless Ortiz can save the day. But Tim stops him when Pat kicks out. Are you kidding me? Ortiz taken out, but now Pat's all on his own. Both Kevin Silva and Ortiz unconscious ringside. Martini, I'm not too sure exactly what he's doing here. Now charging Pat. All members of No Confidence are now down. Things are going the way of Team Cass right now, man. It is looking like green fields and a bright day. Stomp to the midsection by the Constable. Kevin Silva's right there to try to help out Pat, though. Throwing Martini back in the ring, giving Pat the chance to try to catch his breath. Count of 5. Martini gonna break that count there, though. Martini knows the rules, of course. He is an officer. Lost his roster at Anarchy Rules. Oh, Pat with that reversal. Did Martini just flip off the crowd? Martini hates the noise this crowd is making. He wishes they would all just shut up. silently telling them to do so. Count of 5, though. Martini's got to get this fight back into the ring. Credit to Pat, man. He is not going down without a fight. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Martini just... What are you doing, Ortiz? Pat's not going to get up in time. 10. Pat LaFave has been eliminated via countout. Ortiz thought that Pat was going to be able to make it back into the ring, but he most certainly did not. Pat LaFave has been eliminated by countout. Team Cass takes the lead, but Tim has no time to celebrate. TKO. Reese into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. So it is now Reese Ortiz and Kevin Silva versus Constable Martini, Chris Andrews, and Tim LaFave. Oh, Ortiz, we have not gonna. Tim get one winged angel. Kevin Silva, can he stop Chris Andrews from making the save? No, that was a must-have elimination. Kevin Silva was not quick enough, though. At least Chris Andrews gonna take a nap for a moment. As Ortiz, no flies on him. Another front flip DDT. Britt could not make the save this time. It's up to the Constable. 1, 2. But Tim digging way down deep. And look at Ortiz like, fuck you, Britt. This is your fault for whatever reason. Wow, I can't believe Team Cass is taking the lead. Pat eliminated via countout after Martini killed him off the barricade with a hangman's knee strike. You see Martini trying to talk to the Britt, make sure that he's okay there. Britt got to get to the apron because he might be disqualified. Man, I can't believe the Constable using those rules in his favor to get the elimination. Chris Andrews don't mind. Whoa, it's a legit way. Well, even though Tim won't stay down, Ortiz is certainly having his way with the CMV veteran. Uh-oh, dirty heel tactics about to be employed. Reese Ortiz using the ropes for leverage and his pin over Tim, but Tim's not having it. Ortiz going to try his hand at a submission. A little bit of a knee bar locked in, but rope break. Man, Team Cass getting very lucky with rope breaks in this match. And finally a tag to Kevin Silva. Finally is made legal, but now a hot injury. Britt walking right into a forearm smash, and Silva immediately basking in his own glory. Martini watching him closely from the apron. Not sure exactly what Silva's doing here, but Ortiz is... looking looking bad, bleeding, hardly able to hold himself up, using the ropes to make sure he stays on the apron as Kevin Silva just lets Britt sleep here. Very nice of him. Britt needed a quick nap. Now Silva tries to close in, but Britt's there waiting. Elbow to the back of the head. Ooh, missed that punch though. Nearly gave Silva the upper hand. Pullback attack into a headbutt. Britt showing Martini how it's done. That's how you flip people off. Stalled. Trip up by the Portuguese. Gotta wrestling, and it might be up to Silva to even things up here for no confidence. And that's exactly what he's gonna try to do. Capture suplex by the former World Tag Team Champion into the pin. Can he even it up? 1, 2, 3. He can. Bloody Britt's been eliminated, and Tim just got back up, rolling into the ring, immediately taking it to Silva. It is back to 2-on-2, guys. 2-on-2 versus the Constable and Tim LaFave for the future of Genesis. Attempted leaping lariat by Tim, back and forth trading shots with Kevin Silva, tit for tat. And Tim's now been busted open. This has been a bloody match. Chris Andrews, man, came into this matchup putting aside his Alpha World Championship contractual rematch and considering his injuries to help out Tim, and he certainly did his job, but now it is down to the Constable and Tim is already bleeding bad. The first was Flatters by Xander Slate, then Slate was eliminated by Martini, followed by Pat LaFave being counted out, and we just saw Chris Andrews eliminated by Silva. Andrews still not even walked to the back yet, just now got back up. He got a nasty hit. Man, Tim can't seem to find an edge here against Silva, trying his best to do so. What in... Look, he's with Tim. Dragged by the arm, man. Tim donning that proverbial crimson mask, stomp onto the forearm, and Kevin Silva, wrestler, you do not want to tangle with him on the ground. Not in any mat-based scenario. Submissions, of course, as well. Tim going to want to avoid the Olympic stretch, but then Silva going to want to try to avoid the MTA, and Tim's going to allow the tag to Reese Ortiz. And here comes Ortiz on fire. Tim walking right into a flapjack. And Ortiz looking to finish what he started earlier. Kick to the chest, elbow to the side of the head, kicks out the knee, knee to the side of the head. And LaFave falling complicit, but Martini to make the save. No Silva to stop him from doing so. Just before the count of three, and Ortiz is pissed off, rightfully so. Ortiz now dropped out of the mix. Martini giving Tim some time here to get back to his feet. Both the legal men unresponsive. If this keeps going on, referee Perry White might have to eliminate both men. Double count out. Kevin Silva still down on the outside. A brief pause in what has been an absolute war since the bell rang between Pat biting her nails. I'm sure Pat is in the back doing the exact same. Long Island Slam. What's up, Ogon? Welcome to the stream. Second match of the night. It is down to 2v2 in what started as an 8-man tag. The future of Genesis is at stake, and still so much to get to here tonight. Vertical suplex by on that Long Island Slam, but Ortiz bounces right back up to his feet. Irish whip to the corner. Oh, Kevin Silva just deciding to get his hands dirty, even though I'm pretty sure Ortiz was trying to set up for something. This is definitely not the last two who I thought would be fighting for no confidence, honestly, but man, they are giving Team Cass a run for their money. Tag to Kevin Silva, the Portuguese god of wrestling. He's already eliminated the Bloody Brett, and he eliminates Tim LaFave. Man, what a showing it'll have been for Silva here tonight. 1, 3, he does just that! Tim's eliminated, and it all rests on the shoulders of the Constable. Martini is on his own. Reese Ortiz, Kevin Silva versus Constable Martini for the future of Genesis. Kevin Silva back-to-back eliminations of Chris Andrews and Tim LaFave, but now Martini tries to even it up. Curb stomp to Silva. Busts him open, and Constable got all four. He busted open all four of hashtag no confidence, but the numbers game now working against him as he tries to make the pin and elimination on Silva. Ortiz gonna break it up. Martini is not quitting though. You've got to respect the work ethic of the Constable. Curb stomp. And remember, Kevin Silva's going to be in action immediately after this matchup against Mr. Money in the Bank El Jefe, but Martini try to allow it. And you see Martini is seeing Ortiz back to the apron. Oh my God, a third. Curse, that's not going to do him any good though. Ortiz just going to come in and break it up. Wait, 1, 2. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, there's no denying Constable Martini has been the MVP of this matchup. But Kevin Silva, if he can kick out of 3 back-to-back-to-back curb stomps, still got Reese Ortiz to worry about out there on the apron as well. I mean, you got to keep in mind, even though Silva is looking worse for wear right now, he didn't get involved in the matchup until like 10 minutes ago. They kept him on the apron for the majority. Spinning reverse STO though by Martini, and that took it out of him. That might have been his last-ditch effort. Nobody for Martini to fall back on. Flatters, Chris Andrews, Tim LaFave have been eliminated. Constable Martini is all that stands between hashtag no confidence and the Genesis landscape. He is the last bastion of hope for the CMV universe. But that hope is about to whirling rain. Silva. And now the tag to Ortiz. Silva's got to worry about his match with El Jefe as well. Gonna let Ortiz finish things off, but Martini is still not done. The heart of the Constable. Oh my God, can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? The ultimate comeback. Curve stomp now to Ortiz. Drags him away from Silva as far as he can to make it harder for Silva. to break up the pin. Will it be enough though? 1, 2, no it won't. Silva's still getting there. And Martini now gonna make sure he does not break up another one. Taking out everybody that gets in his way. Oh no. But the odds are not in his favor. Martini taking his focus off of acquisitions. Martini knows all he's got to do is take out Silva. That way, he can finish off Ortiz, make it one-on-one. Kevin Silva now going to hit the apron as Reese Ortiz begins to stir. And Martini, man, is working on nothing here. Absolutely on corner. Maybe again. And he says, no way, Jose. Leg drop, Bulldog. Up over the shoulders. Reese Ortiz, I'm sure, has devious intentions in mind. But Martini refusing to stay down. Tossing out another spinning reverse STO. Single knee face breaker, and he's down. Martini not even able to get up after his own off. Future of Genesis relies on one man. One man fighting against the ruckus. Matters. Chris and Tim LaFave all watching closely. Pat LaFave along with Xander Slate on the edge of their seats. Who will be at the helm of Genesis heading into next season? Who will? No confidence, the revolt, or cast the fame Helluva kick. And just like that, 1, 2, 3. No confidence is the final vote. Pat LaFave is in. Cass LaFave is out. Reese Ortiz and Kevin Silva are the last man standing as Pat LaFave and Xander Slate come back out. The landscape of Genesis is about to change indefinitely. Cass LaFave stays true to her word, steps down. Pat LaFave now has the keys to the kingdom. No confidence is voted in. And God help Friday nights going forward. Well, most definitely, Kevin Silva, along with the rest of the hashtag No Confidence campaign, have got a lot to celebrate right now. But for the Portuguese god of wrestling, the night is not over. He has got just a couple of minutes to head backstage, get patched up, and wipe down, because he has got a grudge to settle with Mr. Money in the Bank El Jefe, who is nice and fresh, but I'm sure he, along with many others, Genesis roster, are not happy about what just went down. Nobody can be, except for No Confidence. Man, I can't even imagine what next season is going to hold now, with Pat LaFave in control. Well, Kevin Silva, definitely the MVP of his match, eliminating both Chris Andrews and Tim LaFave. He was busted open pretty badly, though. The doc had to work real quick there to stitch him up and wipe him down. It was back at Ascendant 6 that Kevin Silva and El Jefe were parts of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Obviously, El Jefe won, and he now has that Money in the Bank briefcase in his possession. He could cash in anytime, anywhere. He could cash in tonight, maybe, if he wants to, for an Alpha World Championship opportunity. But it was Kevin Silva who says the human fish robbed him of being God and the bank. And since then, Silva's been talking all that kind of trash on Twitter about the Money in the Bank holder. Well, now he's got to back up his talk as he enters the ring with the little fish. And a tweet here, guys, from Ted Dickens says, "Good riddance. I couldn't stand having a clueless woman run. I've always believed in you, Pat." I feel like Ted Dickens just trying to play the sides there. Now that Pat LaFave's in control, trying to be nice with it. Trying to protect he and Masao Yum's neck. Of course, later on tonight, Masao Yum challenging Josh Wolf for the CMV Alpha World Championship, guys. And here's the tweet we've been waiting for from Pat LaFave. He says, "Rest I'm doing, but welcome to my Genesis. Hashtag New Age." Well, I got to give all the credit in the world to Team Cast, man. That was a war, but at the end of the day, no confidence. They stood tall. They got the win, and now well, it's their world now. We're just all living in it. But here it comes, the little fish, the Arriba Man, a guy who has had a hell of a season, winning the 6th annual CMV, headlining Homecoming 3, and then at the show of shows becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. What in Money in the Bank since Ascendance has not had the opportunity to, because Josh Wolf hasn't been on Genesis, suffering from the injuries he suffered at the hands of Chris Andrews and Masao Yum. So maybe tonight, after El Jefe gets done with Silva here, win or lose, he'll have his eyes on that Alpha World Championship match. You never know, man. Anytime, anywhere, El Jefe has the ability to cash in, but certainly Jefe has got the advantage walking into this matchup, as he is 100% fresh, and Silva just got done with that hellacious battle. Vertical suplex by Silva, nicely done. Certainly what Silva's going to have to worry about. Ooh, discus forearm smash, knocking Jefe down. Remember, it's Anarchy Rules, meaning that anything goes. Every single matchup, going to have that stipulation attached. Silva grabbing out an age-old equalizer steel chair to try to aid him. Sets it up in the corner. I don't blame Silva for immediately going for a weapon. He's at a disadvantage, needs to time things up a little bit. Jefe is not going to let him know. Nice combination by the two-time light heavyweight champion. Of course, up next, we've got the CMV World Tag Team titles on the line. The ATL going to challenge the Forsaken in a tag team. Oh, tables match! And Silva, his own used against him. Head first, he goes into the steel chair there in the corner. Brief moment, tries to fight back, but El Jefe kill! Spiking him like a goddamn football in the end zone there. Right on the top of his craw. Are we going to get the full worm? We usually just get the tail end of it. Jefe, all the stops here at Anarchy Rules. Whoa, whoa. Swish, swish. And the worm gets dropped across. Got a wrestling. One pin attempt. Only a Juan produced. El Jefe, though, keeping up the beat, staying consistent here against to catch his breath. Whirly bird head scissors now. Of course, El Jefe. Whoa! And El Jefe blasted Silva back into another goddamn dimension with that springboard enziguri. Yo, El Jefe's turning up the notch in this match. That loss earlier this week on Genesis kind of woke him up. Of course, he got rolled up by newcomer Kevin Vulture. Got the match stolen from him. Hopefully, Jefe doesn't make a mistake like that again. He's just playing with Silva in this match. But that's exactly what he did against Vulture, and it ended up costing El Jefe. I guess he really didn't learn his lesson. As a lock in a Boston Crab, El Jefe gets out of it, though. Yo, what is up, Kelly, my friend? An absolutely stacked pay-per-view. We've already seen so much and still so much to get to. As Jefe gonna go flying up the second turnbuckle, trying for a swanton, sending a little kissy kiss. Vertical suplex by Silva takes down Mr. Money in the Bank. And Silva realizing the shorter this matchup is, the better it is for him. Now Kevin Silva just eliminated El Jefe's very good friend Chris Andrews that last match. Let's see if he can take out all of Vintage. 1, 2, capture suplex produces only a dos. Silva can't believe it, hands atop his head. Like I said, the quicker this matchup is, the better it is for Silva. Gonna try to finish things off, and if he locks in that Olympic stretch, it might be a good night to be Kevin Silva. Olympic stretch locked in on Mr. Money in the Bank, but El Jefe quickly escaping the abdominal stretch with a hip toss. And then immediately sends Silva into the corner. No rest for the wicked. And even though it's going to be a very good night for Silva, no confidence, I'm sure to the early hours of the morning, Kevin Silva might have some fish stick in the back of his mouth. That taste all night long. Going to be sour. Into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Silva can hardly catch his breath right now, having no idea where he is. Eyes glazed. El Jefe takes that, use that ascendant 6 to climb and unhook, become Mr. Money in the Bank. El Jefe seemingly image. Oh, woo! Wow, that was interesting. Oh, goes for the hook, trying to set up the line and sinker. El Jefe drops down, no reverse DDT. What's up, Peyton Shipley, my friend? Hello, Maury. Welcome, welcome. Back body dropping out, about landing on the top of that ladder there. His game plan almost came back to oh man, El Jefe keeps landing dangerously close. Oh, and now the straight jacket German. El Jefe, the conical that is in. This has been a so far moments, and looking to take this moment to the bank. Drop down to the outside. Necessary reversal. Hook to the jaw. Caught though by El Jefe. Forearm smash. Tries to jump the shark. Does Jefe, but Silva, knowing his opponent well. And a big old power bomb, then connecting flush on the outside. Damage, of course, multiplied. Back into the ring. This fight is taken. Flipped over, lateral press. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Stomped on the lower back. Kevin Silva brings him up into a seated position. Now up on the 1D, slowly but surely. Silva's getting there. Another vertical suplex by the Portuguese god of wrestling. Silva trying for something big. El Jefe sensed it. Mr. Money in the Bank, where's he going? Up against the ropes? Oh. Well, he tried. A for effort. Up against the ropes, draped. Oh! Belly to belly on the ladder! Mamma mia! El Jefe just got blasted into yesterday. Big old slide indeed to follow through. Man, El Jefe is the one that brought in the ladder, and it's been Silva who's been using it. El Jefe taking it with a pinch of salt, though. He's going to be feeling it in the morning, but right now, Jefe is on the fish. And dodges the sinker to Silva. Jefe taking himself out. Luckily, he's quick enough to ensure Silva don't use it against him. Facebuster, and El Jefe again. Losing his mind. Couple of lariats. Another lariat. Slash body splash. Ducks the clothesline. Leaping lariat. And there's the kip up. El Jefe's feeling it now. Fully charged. Energy coursing through his veins. The fans chanting his name. Jumping the shark again. Countered by Silva. How is it that Silva manages to steal the show after just going through him Warzone? And that 8-man elimination tag team match, I do not know. Tries to go low. Wrestler, he wants to take this fight to the ground. El Jefe, though, not going to allow that. Gut wrench counter into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Trying to catch Silva off guard. El Jefe is contractually obligated to always mention Bryce Hurt. There it is. The third time is the charm. The shark has been jumped. Kevin Silva busted open yet again. That wound reopened. We don't get the full worm this time. Get enough of it though. Gonna follow that up. Ooh! Now a boom drop. Double legs across the chest, and they finally content enough. Hook, line, and sinker connects that time. And just into the pin out of pure exhaustion. 1, 2, 3. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding. Look how holy shit. Kevin Silva somehow still standing. Stomp to the bicep, not just standing either, but now has taken control. What is this? I've never seen Silva hit that before. Air to the pin. 1, 2, 3. What? You gotta be kidding me. How? Kevin Silva has drowned the fish. How in the hell? Silva with I've never seen him hit an air raid siren before. And out of nowhere puts him down. Man, the night of Silva, MVP. If there's a superstar of the show, shouldn't even be Kevin Silva, automatically martini. Man, Portugal gonna be celebrating tonight. Kevin Silva gonna need to take a trip to the hospital, I think, but first hashtag no pay, and now Silva settled on vendetta. There's a reason he calls himself the God of Wrestling. Damn. Really fun. But the night continues here, guys, at Anarchy Rules. What? Yeah, Hefe's still Mr. Running the Back. Here's that briefcase, even though tonight he's going to be leaving physically a bit sore and probably his ego a bit beat up as well. But it has already been a chaotic year at the third installation of CMV Anarchy Rules, the very last pay-per-view of the season for the superstars of Genesis. And even though we've already, is of course, including this next match, CMV World Tag Team titles will be decided as the ATL get one chance to vindicate themselves against the Forsaken. And of course, as we are Anarchy Rules, this is a tag team elimination tables match, meaning both members of one team have to be put through a table in order for one of these teams to walk out with the gold, walk out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and more than likely into next season as the World Tag Team Champions. No pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, no notifications. This and opens for the Light Heavyweight Championship. Maseo Yum Joshua for the Outworld Championship and the Elimination Chamber. 6 superstars enclosed inside the Devil's Domain. The winner will head into next season as #1 contender for the Alpha World Championship. And of course, next season now, we know is going to be a lot different on Genesis after the hashtag No Confidence campaign. The Revolt team, Pat LaFave, won the match and won the right to helm the ship that is Genesis. Who knows? Could very well see Genesis become better than it is with Pat LaFave in control, having the power. But in my personal opinion, and I think in the opinion of many in the CM universe, this is, well, let's just say the future is unknown right now. at the show of shows at Ascendant 6. Earned their rematch by defeating the Kings of Wrestling, and then just a couple of nights ago at a number 1 contenders match, Extreme Conditions. But here they come. Uriel Wick and Azrael Kane, one of the most dominant forces in tag team wrestling we have ever seen here in CMV. Azrael Kane hoisting up the gold as we get one other tag tables match out of this season, or towards the start of this season. The Good Brothers were defending the titles, and El Jefe was the Good Brothers that retained the titles on that night. But here we go again. Both members of one team have to be put through a table by any means in order for this matchup to come to an end. No pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications. The ATL trying to continue on the track to become 2-time World Tag Team Champs. Currently, the only other superstars to hold the Fusion Tag Team titles in the World Tag Team titles. See Deshaun Porter going after Uriel Wick, Malcolm Fry clashing with the Colossus known as Azrael Kane. Like we had, well, we have a tweet here, guys, from Castle Fave, who says, "I'm on my way out, but I'll leave my official resignation statement before the show ends. Sorry I let everyone down. I thought I was doing what was best for the Yellow Brand. It appears more were angry with me than happy. It has been fun." Castle Fave definitely with some words there as she, of Genesis, and used the table as a weapon here against Deshaun Porter, which is completely legal. And now Azrael Kane has the table in hand and looks to do the same against Malcolm Fry, and he does. Beautiful reversal by Fry into a DDT as Azrael Kane was perhaps looking for some sort of Oklahoma Stampede of some kind of scoop slam. Great strategy, trying to wear down the opposition with the table before trying to then put their opponents through it, and that's what Malcolm Fry is doing expertly here. Looking to turn this into a handicap match, has Azrael Kane set up for destruction. You can feel how tense it is between these two. Whoa, Azrael Kane up on the second turnbuckle. Malcolm Fry very easily break his back, trying to break Kane's back. Uriel Wick and Deshaun Porter there ringside, just continuing to beat the hell out of each other. Don't really know what's going on too much. Now back into the ring they go as Fry pop like a drop with that leg drop. Uriel Wick to the top, bro. High rank district. Reverse DDT downs Kane, but Wick looking to fly through the air. Waiting for Deshaun to get to his feet first, though. Vertical base and launches for a kick, and that is, well, I thought Deshaun was about to roll out of the ring. Now he does. Bad news for Malcolm Fry. The Forsaken having him all by his lonesome. Yo, what's you delicious slice of fucking apple pie with a little scoop of vanilla. Oh, extreme on top! Holy crap! God damn, Uriel Wick moonsault to the outside of the ring, man. This is what the tag team division is all about. That's what these two teams are about. Azrael Kane distracted by the ongoings ringside. Caught off Fry with slam, and Irish whip though. Oh, holy shit! Look at the power of Malcolm Fry. Powerbomb! Azrael Kane is eliminated. And that means Uriel Wick is left by himself to retain the World Tag Team Gold here. This is handicap match and elimination away from once again becoming the World Tag Team Champions. Well, this isn't a steel chair match, but that's exactly what Deshaun Porter. Clothesline again. Azrael Kane gets to his feet. Passed ahead to the back. DDT crisp by Uriel Wick. I don't know what Deshaun's doing here exactly. There's the steel chair finally used, and right into a hero slam. That's the expert teamwork of the ATL, man. I truly still think that they're on as a tandem. And Porter is continuing to wail on a Wick with the age-old equalizer. Another table introduced into the ring. Malcolm Fry carries it to the corner. Deshaun Porter just playing like security guard now, ensuring Wick stays in the ring as Malcolm Fry does it in. And the ATL are once again the CMV World Tag Team Champions. The Forsaken, just as they reach the top, fall all the way back down the mountain. Malcolm Fry putting both members of the Forsaken through tables in order to once again earn he and Deshaun Porter the accolade of King. After months of being held down by Uriel Wick and Astro K and the ATL break free, and then next season head into whatever genesis the hashtag no confidence movement may shape with the gold. Getting a quick drink of water there, guys. But up next, it is our tertiary main. The light heavyweight championship is going to be defended. Rob Cross earlier this week issuing challenge, and it has been answered by none other than the Dream, Sam Bynum, the first one to kick up and grab the opportunity. We haven't seen Sam since Ascendant 6, since he was a part of the Genesis Money in the Bank ladder match. So now Sam has returned after weeks away to try and grab himself his first ever championship in his CMV career, his long CMV career. Over 2 years he's been a part of the CMV landscape, and despite multiple opportunities has never been able to win championship gold. Perhaps here tonight, the last chance he's going to get of the season. That will come to fruition. We know his best friend, his tag team partner, Reese Matthews, is going to be a part of the Elimination Chamber later on in our main event, trying to become #1 contender. A banger. Whoa. This is interesting. A tweet here, guys, from Brody Halleck says, looks like I just got in. Hashtag or dirty heel, you better watch your back. I guess Brody Halleck, after failure tonight, has found a way into the arena, and the Xander Slade had. Yeah, he better have eyes in the back of his head. If Brody Halleck is truly inside of the arena, Halleck earlier tonight, we talked about it, tried to get in, but was stopped by security. So he instead took his anger out on Xander Slade's best friend and tag team partner, Randy Borton. Beat the hell out of Borton. Borton, who we haven't even seen since Ascendance because he's been suffering from an injury, decided to try to come here tonight to support hashtag no confidence, and instead face the brunt of Halleck's frustration towards losing his championship and finally being pinned by Xander Slade a couple of nights ago on Genesis. But Sam Valentine, guys, we have not seen since the show of shows, since Ascendant 6. Returning to answer Rob Cross's open challenge here for the light. Rob Cross a couple of nights ago retaining his title via against Flatter. Decided to take it upon himself to issue an open challenge. A lot of people calling his retention against Slatters a fluke, and with good reason. It obviously got to him. So wanting to prove here tonight that he has what it takes to defend his championship. Definitely going to have his work cut out for him here in the shape of the Dream. Well, Rob Cross also coming out here tonight without Chris Diamond by his side, which is a pretty considerable change. Usually the baller is always at the back of his best friend, but I think it again tells that Rob Cross wants to prove definitively he has what it takes to, on his own, and without any shenanigans, retain his championship. So not only issuing the open challenge, but also leaving Chris Diamond in the back. Yeah, what up, Echo? Just in time. Dollar bills falling from the ceiling. I should grab a couple of those. Give me another Mountain Dew here. Over here, thirsty as hell for some Mountain Dew. I already ran out. I think I see Sam Valentine pocketing a few of these bills. There really ain't that much need. Chang there, Sam? Well, I can tell you who don't need no cash in his bank account is Rob Cross, doing pretty well for himself, especially now as the light heavyweight champion. Yeah, Sam Valentine ringside don't seem too impressed with what he's seeing. Keep in mind, Rob Cross endured a pretty good win that championship. He's also a former Fusion Tag Team champion here. Chris Diamond, the winner of the 3rd annual CMV Tag Team. I mean, Rob Cross in 1 year here in CMV has accomplished more than Sam Valentine his in nearly 3 years. So, and that's not a shot at Sam, just saying. Sam is perhaps he's the man who has reached the top the most times and slipped just as he got to the peak. He's had a shot at nearly every single championship there is to have a shot at in CMV, and every single time he has come so close, but ended up failing. Last opportunity of the season here at Anarchy Rules. He was not going to let it pass him by. Can the Dream become a reality? Sam finally wears some championship gold around his waist. In order to do so, he is going to have to beat the global phenom. I would never take a shot at Sam Valentine. Yo, what's up, Zeus, my friend? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you drop in for Anarchy Rules as referee Perry White shows off the championship to Sam Valentine. We've already had a 1 title change here tonight. The ATL, once again, the World Tag Team Champions defeating the Forsaken in a Tag Team Elimination Tables match. Now, here we go. Sam Valentine, Rob Cross going to get it on. They immediately front headlock applied by Valentine. Gonna release it, though, just playing around with Cross a little bit. Chip. Rebounds off the ropes now, rolling it neck snap, inverted rolling neck snap, in fact. Brought right back up to his feet. Sam now closes in, jawbreaker though, clips him a couple of steps back. Rob Cross closes in, and Rob Cross loves to start off his match. When it comes to being in no strings attached, Big Tops Newsome fan. Pile driver definitely gonna ring Sam Valentine's bell early on as Rob Cross continues to target that head. Wow, Valentine's like, bitch. That elbow, I think, to his dome might have just. Rob Cross, though, fires back with a stiff ass. Yeah, of course, this is our tertiary main event. Up next, guys, the co-main event. The Alpha World Championship is on the line. Maseo Yoon challenges Josh Wolf for the gold. The winner will walk into next season as the champion. And, of course, in our main event inside of the Elimination Chamber, we'll find out who will be next in line to challenge the champion. 6 superstars going to put their careers at stake. All for that one shot. Double accent over the upper back, though. Clip to the jaw. Sam coming up from behind with a surprise butt six. Going in deep is Sam. And Valentine feeling it now. Stirring it up. Rob Cross getting back to his feet, but like he's not exactly sure. Dropped on that top rope. God damn, that was some serious impact. Went flying off the rope. Sam tries for a scoop slam. Rob Cross, though, has nothing to do with it. Reverse DDT. Of course, Rob Cross does have champion's advantage. A couple of nights ago, we saw him use it. Won via DQ and retained his title against Flatters. Now, oh, I thought he was going to go for a cradle pile driver, but instead just a cradle driver. Neutralizer by Sam Valentine. Rob Cross, though, can even lose by count out or disqualification and retain his championship. But again, I don't think that's what Rob Cross is going to try to do here tonight. He specifically made that open challenge to combat the opinions of the CM Universe, saying that he doesn't have what it takes to retain his championship on his own without any help from the Rules or Chris Diamond. Sam Valentine in the corner, I believe, trying to set up Rob Cross for that shotgun drop kick. Cross counted it the first time, but the second time ain't going to be so lucky. Double boots, launch him into the turnbuckle. Sam Valentine off that alone. Going to try to become the new CMU Light Heavyweight Champion, and nearly does, but it's not. 2.99999. Sam, though, has a plan in mind, I can tell you that much. And into the corner. Gonna look to, oh, okay. Well, charging full steam ahead, clothesline, Latins cross. I thought he was gonna try to go, oh, maybe now he is. Don't want to get my hopes up again, though. Get my hopes up, but Rob Cross's hopes of walking out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, still the light heavyweight champion, might be on the drain. Sam Valentine gonna go coast to coast and looking to shatter some dreams. Us completely limp. Sam Valentine desperately dragging him out of the corner into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Sam Valentine! He's done it after 2.5 years, nearly 3 years. The dream has finally won championship gold. Oh my God, Sam Valentine is the new CMV Light Heavyweight Champion. He did it. Oh, a sight I never thought I would see. Look how quick Sam Valentine is to get his hands on that championship. Nearly 3 years. Countless opportunities. Sam Valentine finally has a strap of gold to his name. Sam Valentine is the new CMV Light Heavyweight Champion. Well, Rob Cross got caught up in the public opinion of the CM Universe, yet let their opinions about his championship reign get to his head, and it ended up being his downfall. Here tonight at Anarchy Rules, Valentine defeats him and becomes the new champ. Sorry about that. Getting a quick drink of my H2O. Well, guys, we are 2 for 2 already. 2 new champions crowned. The ATL, the new World Tag Team Champions, Heavyweight Champion. Will we be 3 for 3? Because the CMV Alpha World Championship is about to be on the line. The Jap bulldozer Maseo Yu challenges Josh Wolf for the big gold on Genesis. Yo, what up, AJ, my friend? We are live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Echo. And this is our co-main event. We have still got our event to come up next. Inside of the Elimination Season Challenge, the winner of this match for the Alpha World Championship Masao Yum, of course, man, in the spotlight, the biggest matchup of his career, no doubt about it, as he was drafted to Genesis a couple of months ago in the Superstar Shakeup. No, actually, earlier this month. I'm getting my time frames all mixed up, but brought under the wing of Ted Dickens as his advocate, and you can't say Dickens doesn't work magic, because immediately Josh Wolf was looking for some challengers as he became champion at Ascendant 6, beating the Bloody Brit, surviving, enduring that, well, that war they had, 30-minute Iron Man match. Wow, look at Masao Yum in the outfit of a samurai, the greatest warrior of Japan. Masao Yum marches to the ring. But Josh Wolf, as champion, made it very clear he's going fighting. And Josh Wolf is the first ones to step up. Masao Yum has made a habit over this past month of proving just how absolutely ruthless he is, destroying Angelo. Josh Wolf destroying that poor soul, Lars Ulrich, just a couple of nights ago. He and Josh Wolf then getting into it, and man, Wolf nearly torn apart by the Japanese bulldozer. Josh Wolf, we have not seen in action since winning the title at Ascendant 6, and many people are questioning if Josh Wolf is going to be able to step up to the plate in the kind of condition he's been in. First injured by Chris Andrews, then cleared and re-injured by Masao Yum. We've seen Josh Wolf, though, come back from injury after injury before. And the CMV Alpha World Champion has arrived. No longer is he Josh Wolf. No longer is he Fenrir. Josh Wolf now something different. And as Josh Wolf arrives in the arena, one last tweet from Ted Dickens says, "Just watch. This is the moment Masao Yum saves the Alpha World Championship and begins the greatest reign of all time." Ted Dickens had the opportunity to choose the stipulation for this matchup, and he chose a standard singles match, a match where Josh Wolf could retain on a count-out or disqualification, but Ted Dickens said he chose that because when Masao Yum wins, he wants there to be absolutely no mistake about it. He doesn't want anybody saying it was a fluke because he used the weapon or climbed over a steel cage or ascended up a ladder. He says Masao Yum will win tonight. He will pin Josh Wolf, and there will be no mistake about it. And before this matchup begins, another tweet, guys, from Sam Valentine says, "Haters gonna hate, ain'ters gonna hate. I feel so damn good to be champion at Trickle, Trickle, Trickle into the after party at Cube here in Toronto and join the Dream Team now." Understandable. Sam Valentine in a great mood after winning his first CMV championship. See if his tag team partner Reese Matthews does as good in our main event. And there's that face that only a mother could love, and maybe not even a mother. If I was Josh Wolf's mother and I woke up and saw that face, I'd say, "Get out. What is this creature?" Oh, nobody really knows what Josh Wolf is. Well, we only know that he is one thing, and that is the CMV Alpha World Championship. But will that remain the same after? And there is what it is for, the CMV Alpha World Championship. The names of every single past champion engraved onto those side belts. Will Masao Yum have his name added to that list of legends? Masao Yum stands Tall, burly, and as thick as I have ever seen him before, brandishing the wounds of past battles, scars he's taken with him through this journey to the top. The fiercest warrior out of Japan stands face to face with the fiercest warrior of the Genesis roster. Josh Wolf has dug down deep tonight. He didn't have to show up, but he's a champion. Josh Wolf taking a longing look at the gold before passing it off to Perry White, who shows it to Hume. The Japanese bulldozer nods his head calmly. Gold for all in the CMV universe to see. Masao Hume, Josh Wolf, one-on-one here at Anarchy Rules, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Both boys out of their depth, ringing the bell, and we're going to get him right out of the gate. He's waited long enough. Single knee gutbuster, and Josh Wolf immediately falls down. Brought right back up to his feet. Hume launching Josh Wolf full first into the turnbuckles. Masao Hume, man, as dangerous as they come. Usually you'll see Masao Hume have a very slow, very calm. And of course, wielding those deadly strikes and, man, mainly his kicks. But tonight, you saw he, as soon as the bell rang, shot right across the ring, because he's never been in a situation like this before with so much on the line, standing across the ring from such an experienced warrior. And Josh Wolf single on a hook DDT. There goes Wolf shooting his first shot of the match. Yo, what's up, Paul? Vertical base. Hume gets Irish whip rebound. And Josh Wolf looked like he tried to go low, but Hume essential running into a fucking goddamn wall. He just releases Josh Wolf out of that vertical suplex. The Alpha World Champion plummeting like an asteroid to Earth. Right down into the canvas, then digging his knee into the middle of the back. Masao Hume, rugged edge on display here in this one. Uranagi just about puts him through the mat, lines up his shot for this knee to the side of the head. Wolf is looking in bad shape, but we've seen him come back from much worse before. Up on a one knee, that's akin to a bitch slap. Wolf gets lit up like a Christmas tree. Now charges in, though. Beautiful tilt-a-whirl DDT. Hume is dropped down, and that's certainly the advantage over Masao Hume, that he's going to be much quicker, much more agile than the Japanese bulldozer. Tries to bring him up to his feet, but Hume's ready. European uppercut. Just a couple of steps taken back. Hume going to use that. And how about that for power? I had like a scoop slam set up into it. Suplex dropped. And Wolf rolls to the outside, to the apron at least, as Hume tells him, get back into the ring, boy. You wanted this fight? You're a fighting champion. Where you going now? Masao Hume charges the champion, and a shot to the side of the head, slower back. Enough now. What's up, 702? Oh, there's that Wolf bellowing across the arena, ringing through the ears of every single night from kind of Perry White. He first on the outside connects swiftly, and another one. Guys, count of 7, and if Wolf decides to, he could take the count out win and retain his championship, but Wolf's not going to do that. He'll be the last man on the planet Earth to win that way. Hook to the leg, though, now back to the ring after those DDTs. This could be an easy 3 count. No! Masao Hume escapes. Now tries to fight back into a position of power with an elbow to the face. Closes in, knee to the face. Either and Clint is where Wolf wants to be. Boot to the chest, though. Wolf gonna fly big. Oh! That deserves a round of applause. What a guy. No, what? That reversal. I think Wolf went for a top rope stunner, but Hume countered it into a fucking clothesline. That made this a 5-star match. Goodness gracious. And Hume into the pin. 1. Only a 1 count though. Wolf survives, but how long will that last? Staying on top of Josh Wolf, not giving him any room to breathe. not giving him a chance to catch his breath, nowhere to go. Josh Wolf trapped by the Japanese bulldozer, but as Hume tries for a scoop slam, Josh Wolf drops down behind. I think he may have shot for the jaws, but instead Hume needed a kidney. Big slam. Hume barely stand after it, but he does, and he doesn't just stand, but he stands on the bones of Josh Wolf as he looks for the elevator to become the new Alpha World Champion, but Josh Wolf reverses the clutch by Wolf to keep this match going. Snapmare though, and Hume going for a body scissors. Big man like this applies a maneuver like this, just squeezing the life out of Wolf, and Wolf is trapped. Absolutely pinned, cannot escape this. And slowly but surely, Hume wearing down the ribs, like almost like a boa constrictor, wrapping around his prey, squeezing the life out of Wolf here. Though by Wolf. Hume not stand down for very long, pulls Wolf in for a short arm shoulder block. Rips him right back up to his feet, hook to the jaw and from behind. Moving Wolf around this match like he's a ragdoll, like he weighs a pound. I love that, one of my favorite maneuvers by Hume. Just a straight up dead weight as he goes off the ropes, and another headbutt, that time to the knee. Not exactly a smart tactic there though, Hume. Kind of rang his own bell for a moment. Oh my God, Wolf. As soon, just a little bit of room. The jaws, 1, 2, 3, and Josh Wolf is still the CMV Alpha World Champion. All Wolf need one mistake by Masao Hume. One slip up, and Josh Wolf capitalized, and is still the CMV Alpha World Champion. What a match, though, between... That reversal going to go down in history. I certainly hope someone clipped that. Man. There's what did it, though. Josh Wolf with the... to retain the CMV Alpha World Championship against the odds. Wolf said, I will fight any man who wants to step up and take me on. Hume stepped up. He took Wolf on, but Wolf prevailed. Well, now we're going to find out who exactly will be next in line to challenge Josh Wolf for that championship that still lies over his shoulder. As in just a few moments, the Elimination Chamber will descend upon the ring, and 6 superstars will put their careers on the line for that ultimate opportunity. Another quick drink of water, guys, but now we get on to the main event, and I cannot be more Hang on. I'm getting word, guys, from backstage. Some sort of commotion is happening I'm getting fed a lot of... I'm trying to make it... I don't know what's going on, guys, but apparently we're getting something going down backstage. Before this Elimination Chamber match begins, we're taking the cameras backstage to find out exactly what the hell is going on, because I'm not getting a lot of shouting. Cameras trying to get on the scene as soon as possible for you guys and myself, because apparently it involves one of the participants of the Elimination Chamber match up next in our main event, D'Angelo Prince. All right, here we go, guys. Cameras have finally arrived on the scene. Wait, Matt Devious? What the hell? Matt Devious, what is he doing here? Confronting D'Angelo Prince and attacking him! The dastardly villain! Why is he attacking D'Angelo Prince? What the hell is this? Matt Devious assaulting D'Angelo Prince when Prince is just moments away from entering the Elimination Chamber. We haven't seen Devious, of course, since Battle Scars, where he lost to Andrew Briggs, and along with that loss, his place on Fusion. What the hell is he doing attacking D'Angelo Prince? Security. I mean, I know we've got like 20 security guards here tonight. They stopped Brody Halleck from getting in the building earlier tonight, but apparently they didn't. Devious, who is just destroying D'Angelo Prince right now. Why the hell? What is going on? Why is Matt Devious here? Why is he assaulting D'Angelo Prince, guys? I have no idea what is going on in the mind of Matt Devious. I'll tell you this much, though. D'Angelo Prince is not just going to let this transgression go by. Moments away from stepping inside of the chamber for the biggest match of his CMV career to try and become no contender for the Alpha World Championship, and seemingly Matt Devious is attempting to take that away from him. Elbow to the side of the head now by the Hero Killer, throwing D'Angelo Prince face first into the concrete wall, and again journeys up into that supply crate. Goes for a leg drop. Well, ass to floor there. That probably didn't feel very good. Now D'Angelo Prince. What is Prince doing, man? If I were Prince, I would just hightail it the hell out of there right now. Much, much, much bigger fish to fry. Now we're going into the, well, what was Cass LaFave's office now is Pat LaFave's office. Luckily it's empty, so nobody's in there right now, but this is a restricted area. These guys should not be back here. Devious on the carpeted floor with that cradle DDT. Face first. Devious drilling D'Angelo Prince, bicycle knee, and Prince is completely unconscious now in the general manager's office. Devious standing with a devilish grin on his face, but what was the purpose of this attack, and what does this mean now for our main event? D'Angelo Prince supposed to be a part of our Elimination Chamber match here, but very obviously he's not going to be able to continue. Security and medical crew arriving on the scene, and if D'Angelo Prince cannot compete, play the Elimination Chamber. Well, I do not know, but guys, I do know that's we're just gonna have to wait and see, because that chamber match is here. It's arrived. It's coming. It is time. Our main event. 6 superstars about to enter the Elimination Chamber. Number 1 contender for the CMV Alpha World Championship. We just saw, of course, Josh Wolf retain against the SEIYU. We now know will be the champion heading into next season. But in all that commotion, I did see a tweet from Pat. Trying to find it for you guys. Right here it is. No, 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 no. I don't like this at all. Josh, suitable opponent, someone that can truly give that belt worth. We'll scratch the former champions off the side plates as well. Fresh start. Well, we're supposed to man in line right here, right now, inside the Elimination Chamber. Perry Heenan, Angelo Babos, Reese Matthews there, Paul Devon, what was supposed to be D'Angelo Prince. That's clearly not going to happen. But a tweet in the meantime, guys, from Josh Wolf says, I think you are wasting your time with Ted. Arigato. That's the one Japanese word I actually know and can pronounce. And a tweet, guys, again from Pat LeFave says, a beautiful fight just broke out before me, and I loved it. My first action as the new GM of Genesis. Prince doesn't deserve to be in that chamber. Devious. His first action as the new general manager of Genesis is to take D'Angelo Prince out and put Matt Devious in. What? Holy shit. Wow, last second shift in the layout of the chamber. Matt Devious is now in the mix. And you gotta wonder what goes through Paul Devine's head, I should say, with that news. And Devine certainly quite a throwback attire. He is geared up in here. Little bit of Sushi X action. Now the OG days for all y'all youngins.